Okay, so it is December 2nd at 5:40 in the morning Eastern Time. It's 10:40 in the morning GMT. And I took a Euro odd trade on the 1 minute chart. I was actually a minute late because I forgot to have my trade manager set up, but this was the entry candle on the 1 minute chart. I got in at basically the close of this candle, so that was my entry with the spread. I think my spread was about 5 pips, close to it, up a little bit currently. Here it is on the VidMaster chart on the 5 minute. This is an hourly trend line. Let's look at it on the 1 minute. So on the 1 minute, that was the preferred entry candle. And that's the one that I actually got. All right, let's take a look at this. On the 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, you can see that we're breaking this trend line, and we've had this is basically our reaction level, failed to break below the bearish Dynafib here. And there was an earlier entry on the 5 minute, and JD4X actually took it on the pound odd, which is probably on its way up as well. I decided to wait for an hourly close, which of course didn't work in my favor at all so far. Let's see, where was that 5 minute entry? So news was there, so the 5 minute entry, or pound news was there, sorry. So the 5 minute entry was there, which was this candle, and even the candle after would have worked nicely. We can take a look at that. Pound odd as well. So it would have been about there. So I like the Euro entry a little bit better. Now I'm watching for potential push up to there. WR1 followed by a reversal on pound odd. I'm also watching pound New Zealand dollar, which looks like, okay, so I've taken a 1 minute entry on this pair as well. This candle. Let's look at it over here. It's going to be this candle. So we're a little bit kind of out from everything. This is even on the 1 minute chart. My stop is just behind this fib. It's a bit of a large stop for 1 minute entry. if we take a look here, I actually missed the better entry. It would have been this candle. Which was here on FibMaster. But basically it's the better entry because it was after this area right here. It was the first full Momentum Master candle on the 1 minute. Even the one after was okay. This one's a bit higher risk because it's right there at the last high, the entry that I did take. So we'll see what happens there. I think we took a look. Yeah, we took a look on the 5 minute already. So on the 1 hour, we don't have a lot of room. I'm definitely going to be break even before there if we don't move back down. But potentially we can get a move up to here. And I don't want to be in this trade too long because of the dairy auction. So I definitely want to be out before that news drops, and it's tentative. I'm not sure exactly what time it is. So I'm going to be basically looking to get out about right about an hour after New York opened. Okay, I've been in my Euro odd trade for about an hour now, and as you can see, we got really hairy at break even there for a second. I moved to break even a little bit earlier in my trade manager, so now I'm at break even +2 because the trade moved up 25 pips. I believe it's up about 30 or 35 right now. But yeah, it came about, I think it was 0.5 pips or 0.03 pips or something very close to take me out of break even. And that is mainly because I got in a candle too late. I got in with this candle. That should have been that one. So here's on the 5 minute, our first hurdle is going to be there. My overall take profit is at the next midterm fib above that, right below WR1. So my trailing stop should be active now. I'm trailing by 4 5 minute bars plus 9 pips. So we shall see what happens. And of course you can see my pound New Zealand dollar trade went straight into drawdown as I got in it too late. Should have just passed on it. But hopefully we will make another run back up before we try and push through 61.8, and I'll be able to get out at near break even before the Fonterra auction. Alright, so it's almost 2 p.m. GMT. It's almost 9 my time. So you can see here was my pretty dumb trade for the week. Hopefully the only one. I got stopped out on this candle right here. I guess the only good thing about the trade was it was about a quarter of the size of my Euro odd trades. As I mentioned before, I took the entry on the 1 minute up here, which was pretty bad timing. And I mentioned where I missed the better entry on that earlier. But if we look at the hourly, I've added some trend lines, and you can see where we're still stuck in this area, waiting on the dairy auction news, pretty much. Let's look at the Euro odd trades because they closed. I just let them run basically. So I had a split positions, one on this account and one on another. So we got up to about 37 pips, and right after this candle, this probably would have been the price action to get out on. I just let the trade run because I had to go to class. So I got trailed out down here where the stop is for, I think, about 15 pips. So on the entry that you didn't see here earlier in the video, I had a 10 pip stop on that one, and I believe on this one I had about a 20 or 25 pip stop. It was right down here. And I did take an entry earlier. I didn't get a chance to add it to the video because I had to leave. But I took an entry short on pound USD that finally set up. I missed it on the 5-minute. I took it on the hourly. My entry was right there. It's at that, directly on top of that 23.6 fib. So I took it at the close of, or right after the close of this hourly candle. So here you can see the entry. We closed here, and then over the next 5 minutes we continued to push downward. So I took the entry there. If we look at it on the 5-minute, that was my entry. So yeah, it's just 5 minutes after the hourly close. If we look at it here, you can see that it definitely was past the 5-minute entry, which would have been, where is it? Yeah. So this candle on a 5-minute would have been the better entry. And we have the 4-hour 55 here, but as I mentioned, we were looking for a move down. So you can see that we basically already found support up in this area. So moving this way, which You know, it gives me confidence to trade through that 55 right there. And you know, we were just below it on the 5-minute chart when I entered. So it looks like we're getting a pretty big pullback from 5-minute candle now. So we'll see what happens with that. And I have a 35 pip stop on this trade. Just above the 55. So if you wanted to wait for below the 55, there's probably even a 1-minute entry here. All right, so I will check back in later with what happens with this trade and see if there's anything that I can catch in the next hour or so.